Hello, welcome. On today's EMBN Show, the lightest full-power e-bike system in the world. We look at the facts and the figures.
And a long travel bike from Rose and all the usuals.
Don, following up from last week's battery chat, Kelly's have launched what they say is the lightest full-power e-mountain bike system in the world.
Big claims from Kelly's heroes.
Kelly's heroes. What is Kelly's heroes?
It's not a 70s film.
So it comprises of the drive unit, the battery, range of batteries, the system controller, display, and obviously the app. Now, they say this is the lightest full-power e-mountain bike system in the world, 200 grams lighter than the Avanox and 700 grams lighter than the Bosch. I mean, what are we talking here with 200 grams?
There's 250 grams on your ass.
Okay, 250 grams. So, I mean, 250 grams isn't that much, right? And but what is good news about the Kellys is that they've got a 700 and 820 watt hour and a 900 watt hour battery, which means there's great range potential with these bikes.
It's good to hear. I mean, there aren't many 900 watt hour batteries on the market, so it's nice to hear of those bigger ones. They've got a helpful graph as well to show you it compared to specialised Bosch Gen 5 and the Avanox.
So the numbers there, right? 6.06 kilos for the Kellys with 900 watt hours, 6.26 kilos the Avanox with an 800, 6.7 kilos Bosch CX Gen 5 800 watt hour, and then the specialised Gen 4 with an 840 is 7.5 kilos. There is, there are differences for sure, but I mean, 1.5 kilos isn't a massive amount in the grand scheme of things. However, one thing they do say is that these new batteries that they've got are at least 1 year ahead of the competition.
Really?
And they also match the new safety features which are going to be demanded of e-bike batteries in 2027.
Carbon batteries, I guess that must be the housing they're talking about here. That's quite interesting. I'm not seeing that. I'm not sure if there are any others out in the market. But
yeah, it's also got the highest energy density in the world.
Which I guess is quite a big number for us. We're looking at that. And it's quite interesting. They say that the 900, 820 and 725 are almost the same weight, 3.5 kilograms for all of them, which I find quite interesting. And yes, you can see that energy density of 257 watt hours per kilogram, which is probably a number us e-bikers should probably keep track of, I suppose.
Well, is it though? I mean, I want to qualify one thing. So last year, one of the bikes with the greatest range that I rode was actually the Kellys with the 820 in the Theos bike. That's a 140mm travel bike. And I can't remember the exact numbers. I think I got 40 kilometers and I think it was about 17 to 800 meters of climbing on one battery. This new system is that, yes, watt hours per kilo is a nice number to compare other systems with, but I think what we want as e-bikers is good range.
So the efficiency needs to go in conjunction with the system, because we don't know how efficient it is.
Well, exactly, because now, this is now got the Panasonic with 105 newton meters, so that's going to affect your range on your bike, right? So watt hours per kilos is one thing, but I think efficiency is definitely one thing we'd like to see with these bikes. Actually, talking about the bikes, I think Louis was actually the man who went into the bog of Mid Wales, correct, Louis? Last year with Owen?
Which one?
So I think Louis went into the bog of Mid Wales last year. It's a really good bike, a Theos bike. I think it's got one of the best geometry and suspension kinematics of any 140 bike I've ridden.
Interesting.
I think sometimes you don't actually need all that travel, do you? I think, a good 140 bike is pretty cool. And one thing, if you want to see it, actually the CEO of Kelly's has done a keynote speech. It's a really interesting speech. And he talks about, and I want to talk to you about this, is the fact he says that e-bike weight is one of the most defining factors in our ability to enjoy the terrain. Discuss that.
Discuss. I somewhat agree with it. I think we've said it a few times. I don't love a heavier bike, not just for riding, but for practicality as well, of moving the thing around, but also for riding, for going up and down. I'd rather have something that isn't crazy weight, but I'm not obsessed by lightweight by any means.
Yeah, I think it's funny, isn't it? The whole weight is a subject which we can't shake it off, can we? Really, we just cannot shake weight off.
I guess because they're all coming down all the time.
I can't shake weight off.
You got to give up the booze, Steve.
Oh, here we go. Are you going to preach to me about the booze?
No, not
How
today.
long has it been now? 3 months, is
tomorrow.
it? 3 months.
No, almost 4.
In fair dues, and he's done a half marathon.
Oh yeah, we talked about that quite.
And done a fast time.
But I think it is relatively important. It's not the be-all and end-all, but I'd rather have a lighter bike, but it doesn't have to go crazy like.
It's interesting. On that subject, we turn our attention to the new Rose Slab. Now, I actually saw the Rose Slab in the flesh last week in British Racing Green.
Oh yeah.
170mm travel. I think the kind of the looks of this bike are quite unique. It's very
striking.
angular.
I quite like it. It's like, it's 160 rear, 170 fork. So it's a fairly big hitting bike.
Yeah.
Bosch CX motor, 800 watt-hour down tube battery, and it's got sort of a Zeb fork at 170.
Naven brakes?
Vivid Ultimate, yeah, so big brakes, 220 rotor on the front, 200 rear, Schwalbe Albert trails and gravity tyres on the rear.
So, and it comes in at 23 kilos, right?
Yeah, and it's big actually. So reach on a medium is 470. It goes up to 495 and 520 for large and XLs. 64-degree head angle, 77.8 seat angle, and it's €6,900 for top spec model. So there are others, but
yeah,
not bad price on that bike as well.
But coming back to the CEO of Kelly's quote about weight, most defining factor is our ability to enjoy the terrain, and he goes on to say without compromising performance, right? It's interesting with that Rose bike. You need the parts on the bike. You need a big fork, you need the right tyres, you need the big discs. Yeah. You need all the big hitting parts add to the weight. Yep. But then if you've got a 170mm bike, those parts don't compromise the performance, do they?
Exactly.
Whereas if you're making the 170mm bike with thin parts, it definitely will compromise the performance. So we've got two things going on here. We've got like 200 grams in the weight of the e-bike system, and yet we're adding on maybe 2 kilos to a bike to make it go downhill faster. Let's know your thoughts, what the ideal weight of a bag of coffee is. Do you grind your own?
I do. I need a new grinder. I'm going to get a nice one next time.
Yeah, Italian?
Don't know. Into cool places, and actually it continues the conversation quite well. So we've got a good mix of weight bikes near. Starting with Jan and the Orbea Rise on a long, hot 34-degree C climb from sea level to the old watchtower guarding the French-Spanish border in the Eastern Pyrenees on the Orbea Rise.
Don, you've been spending quite a bit of time on the Orbea Rise recently.
I have. It's been a very fun, getting back used to that thing. So I've not ridden one for a long time.
Is that an LT version?
It is, yeah. I've not ridden the SL version ever, actually, but great bikes.
I mean, I've talked about it a few times. Surely we'll be seeing Di2 Shimano on those bikes in the future. It's there now, is it? Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. Right, this is Rob. Recently bought his Merida E180, another bike that you've ridden.
Exactly. This is the Gold Coast and the Hinterland Trails. Thought that was cool.
Right.
And then finishing with the cool places, at least, with the older Canevo. Should I say older? That's the one I recognise older. And this is in BC, Canada, Panorama Mountain Resort, 180 front and rear, mixed wheel size with a boxer up front and the handguards as well.
Johnny Welsh.
Oh yeah, there he is. Up in the mountains. Looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Right, feedback from last week's videos. Don, you did a two-wheel drive e-mountain bike.
Yeah, I put this one because Atax Napjera says, stupid idea. And I find it quite funny, to the point, and I sort of agree. Yeah, you're right.
It is a stupid idea. So can you tell me what's it like? You've got 750 watts peak coming from the rear tyre. What's the peak on the front?
They didn't give us a number, 65 newton meters. It's not nowhere near as much, I've got to say.
So how does that feel? And give us an idea how it feels, kind of like.
As soon as you pick up speed really fast, from the fire road, pedalling away, and it pulls you as you'd expect. Mm-hmm. It's a bit like driving. I've had a Quattro car in the past.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can feel it pulling at the front. It's a weird sensation. It feels a bit like that. It pulls. But when you start cornering, that is not on two-wheel drive. It's not great because it'll pull the wheel like I said in the video, kind of if it's on a camber, I want to pull it off the camber so you'll slide back down on it. So it's unusual, I've got to say.
Yeah, and what about where would it shine? What about technical uphill terrain?
Yeah,
would you use it in
definitely.
that?
I couldn't believe how easy, that step at the climb, it was easy. First time up, because as soon as your front wheel lands, it'll pull a little bit, not a huge amount of torque.
So what about controlling the power on the front and the back? Surely they need to be in unison, don't they?
Yes, I didn't go into that much, but ideally, if someone made the system, they could make a brain that did that for you.
Are you suggesting someone actually does make one?
No, don't do it. It's a waste of time.
No, but are you suggesting the bike company should come out with two? You don't?
No, I think I've come to the conclusion that it is pointless. It's fun. I wouldn't encourage a bike company to spend loads of time and resource doing it because it's not worth it. But if someone did it, I'd love to ride it. Like I said actually in the video, Christini do make two-wheel drive fat bikes, which
I was going to say, what about the snow?
Exactly, brilliant for that, brilliant. I'm sure that would be hilarious going somewhere, even on the sand dunes. Imagine that, it'd be amazing.
Sand dunes and snow.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
But anywhere else, pointless.
What's the sand dunes in Shrewsbury looking like these days?
Well, I've been to Abu Dhabi, it's pretty good.
I guess the annual snowfall in Shrewsbury is...
It's about an inch probably, isn't it?
Right, time for the bike vault. Stephen Hindman, my Amflow Isa, Evil. Why would you want to change the graphics on your Amflow bike, I wonder? Amflow's a great looking bike as it is, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe
individuality.
Damaged, maybe. I want to cover it up.
Okay, cool. Who damages their Amflow bikes?
Exactly, Steve. Maybe we should ask someone.
Maybe we should ask someone, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the slow look. Look at the slow look.
Who put someone else's bike in the back of their van for 2 weeks?
Michael Huff is 63 years old and has got the Husqvarna here. Didn't we see this Husqvarna a few weeks ago?
Oh, I don't know. They're all the same, don't they? It's an MC2, and oh my God, it's a fountain of youth. I'm riding trails again. This photo is from the first ride at Sherman Branch in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's super nice. And so too is the next one from Dennis. Amflow Pure Carbon Pro 800 with custom built Chris King Newman wheels, Cane Creek Tygon shock, Quick Stuff Maxima brakes, oak components, titanium screws and radar, airtime pedals. We're supposed to get 5 0 crown. That is...
No expense
That is some bike.
Dennis has gone for the ultimate Amflow, potentially.
Super nice. And what about this next cube here, Don? Tony, 177 first row. By all accounts, this is meant to be a really good bike.
Yeah.
I've heard lots of people talk about this bike, this 177.
Yeah, Bosch CX. Tony's out for a steady 23-mile loop around Cropton Forest in the North Yorks Moors on a very warm day out. Amazing.
Super nice.
Yeah.
Next up, Adam OVL. A day's riding with my son who's using me as his uplift on this bad boy. That's
towing.
nice.
I've got a tow rope in the back of my van for the kids.
Yeah. Alan Mack, midway between Geneva and Lausanne, is my backyard, the Jura. Me and Louis have been to the Jura. Louis involved quite a lot in this week's EMBN Show.
Yeah, yes.
We ate some Comté cheese, and in the Jura is the place where the pipe was involved.
All right.
Do you remember that, Louis?
Yeah.
Is that one with answers today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is near the Aubon Arboretum, where they were probably growing that stuff that you were smoking in that pipe.
I don't smoke. I had to give that up a few years ago. 3 days in the lakes riding my white E180 from Grant, the Borrowdale Bash. That's a super nice shot.
Look at that. I didn't know that was a
I
base.
really, really like that a lot.
This is, Helvellyn and Skiddaw in the gorgeous weather. Look at that. It's amazing, isn't it?
Right, getting social. Forbidden Core custom build.
Core E, apparently, that's how you say it. And look at that.
I saw one of these bikes in Rock Desert Festival. I actually saw another bike, which was a £15,000 build.
Oof. My friend Sandy, the trailhead, had 6 in and 6 have gone.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's gone out the door very quick.
And then Mind Control Trails.
Trials, Steve.
Trials, sorry.
You'll be into this. This is bicycle trials, and they're well worth a follow. They've got all sorts, 20-inch, 26-inch.
Outside the courts of justice.
And some crazy stuff going on.
Right. Actually, I've got something to ask you. We haven't talked about yet. Talking about courts of justice. Lots of people have been talking recently about maybe it's time to move on from 25 kilometres per hour. E-mountain bikes are now the slowest things on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, they're slower than road bikes. They're slower than cars, because cars in Wales are 20 miles per hour. I mean, Wales has probably got the slowest traffic speed in the world, possibly.
Interesting, yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
I would love it to be in line with the US, so we're all the same.
Which is 35 kilometres per hour.
I mean, I think we've been talking about this for years and it's not happened, so I don't see the likelihood of it happening very soon.
Well, let's make it a likelihood.
Who do we need to
what do you
canvas?
What do you folks think about the possibility of increasing speed limit to 32 or 35 kilometres per hour, like the US?
Well, I mean, I think we always were like, yes, that'd be great. And everyone else is going to go, yeah, that's great.
Will they? We don't know. We'll see. We'll review the answers in next week's EMBN show. Coming up on the channel this week, we're looking at some of the cheapest legit e-mountain bikes.
Yeah.
I actually did see that Slab comes in at a lower price point than that as well.
It's pretty good, yeah.
And then on Sunday, we go racing with Danny McCaskill and the Bosch eMTB Challenge. So join us then.